So first of all, I'm going to mention my short-term goals, and then I'm going to mention my long-term goals after. So my first short-term goal would be to firstly pass my driving test, because at university, they don't make it mandatory that we need our driving license, but they do say that you need to get to placement, and it could be 4:30 in the morning, could be midnight, and it's going to be on sociable hours, so you can't rely on public transport all of the time. So you need to try and get to your placement. So maybe even if you don't drive, you could ride a bike, but it's going to be like a 2-3 hour drive. So they basically say you need your driving license. So the first year they said it's kind of local at my university. You'll be going to care homes, etc., etc. But second year you will be going to the ambulance depots quite frequently. So it would be important that you have your driving license, because it would be wrong to rely on all your colleagues and your friends at university picking you up all the time. I'm not that kind of person, so I really want to pass my driving test so I don't have to rely on people. And also, when I do come to graduate, I want my C1 provisional. If you don't know what C1 provisional is, I'll go into more detail in another video about the C1 provisional. So my second short-term goal is to become the student ambassador for paramedic science on my course. I want to do some speeches at the open days. It probably sounds really, really silly, but I want to speak in front of people, if you get what I mean. I really like to watch motivational videos, speeches, and I find them really inspiring, and that's what I want to do. 2 years ago, I went to Worcester University, and a student did a speech for an open day, and I thought that was really, really, really well done. And I made a promise to myself that I'm going to do that one day. I want to speak in front of students. This channel is the reason why I want to sort of do speeches as well. I want to motivate people to join the ambulance service, to follow their dreams, to maybe go into nursing, or if something's their dream, that's what I want to put across in this video. Go and follow your dreams, even if it's like anything, hairdressing. It doesn't have to be NHS based. If you are really passionate about going into that certain subject, I want to be that person that will push people to follow their dreams and inspire people, and that's why I want to do the speeches. I think they're really inspiring to people, and I want to stand up in front of people. It is kind of nerve-wracking to stand up in front of big crowds, and so that is why it's a goal to stand up comfortably and do a speech in front of 200 people, working up the ladder. At university, I want to become the course rep as well, so represent paramedic science at the University of Worcester. So hopefully I reach that goal, and maybe one day you could come and visit one of my speeches at the University of Worcester. That'd be crazy. It would be pretty cool. So my third short-term goal would be to explore and develop my skills at university, and myself and my personality, everything like that. I want to explore who I am as a person at university and do speeches like I mentioned in my short-term goal before. So that's going to develop me. That's going to help me in the long run. I want to meet new people. I want to try new things out. I want to join societies at university. Okay, so what are my long-term goals? Now, these are goals that I've set from now at an early age, to be honest, and I've set them in the very, very long future to hopefully aspire to and achieve in the long run. I want to become a clinical team mentor in the ambulance service. So after I've graduated, I then want to look at my routes, and that's the route I want to follow. So I want to become a clinical team mentor in the ambulance service, strictly because I like to become a mentor to students. I want students to come to me and ask for advice. So I want to mentor them. I want to make them the best student they can. I want to give them advice. I want to use my experience and the ambulance service when I do have them. Obviously, this isn't going to happen overnight. This is going to come with experience from the ambulance service. And I want to use my experiences that I've learned from university and give them to them. If you are wondering what a clinical team mentor is, I'll leave a little thing down below so you can read into it. It's really fascinating, and it's something I really want to achieve and look forward to in the future and to work upon. Okay, so my next long-term goal for me would be to become official West Midlands Ambulance Service tweeter, on Twitter, obviously. You're probably thinking, why the hell do you want to do that? Well, I like to have an impact on social media. I like to talk to people on social media. Obviously, as you guys know, I do YouTube. So I would love to have the opportunity to be a part of West Midlands Ambulance Service and tweet upon my journey in the ambulance service and maybe have an impact that way on Twitter, like I do on the YouTube channel as well. But I'd love to become an official tweeter on West Midlands Ambulance Service. It's been a dream of mine since I was so small. It sounds like a really silly long-term goal, but it's something I've always aspired to be. So yeah, that's kind of a weird long-term goal, I know, but okay, I'm sorry, I've got quite a lot of long-term goals as well. I've only just realised I've had to narrow them down to the ones that I'd think would best fit this video. So my next long-term goal, you probably sound really surprised about this, but I want to publish a book on my journey in the ambulance service. So I want to start writing blogs now, which I'm gonna start doing soon. Claire's gonna help me with that. She also writes blogs as well. I'm gonna leave her blog page in the description below if you want to check that out. I would really recommend you go and check it out. But eventually, when I go into university, I've graduated from university, and I've then experienced my journey. I may be a clinical team mentor. I want to publish a book saying that how I first started. Maybe mention these YouTube videos that I did, where I've came from, and just talk about my journey to the ambulance service. I've always wanted to publish a book, and it's sort of been a dream of mine since I was very small as well. So yeah, publish a book. I know this probably sounds barbaric now, but it's something I've always wanted to do, and it's always something I've looked forward to do. So that's kind of exciting. Yeah. So another goal for me would be, this is quite optimistic goal for me, would be to finish university with a first. So it is going to be very, very, very difficult at university. I would be happy with a 2-1, but obviously everyone aspires to get the best grade, and I want to come to university and I want to smash it, and I want to get the best grade possible, hopefully. So when I watch this video back in 3 years' time, I can think, yeah, you did go there and you did give it your all. So yeah, I want to get a first at university. So I want to become a critical care paramedic. This is going up the ladder a bit more. I'll leave this also into the description below as well. Go and check it out, because there are a lot of avenues that you can go down in the ambulance service and nursing as well, which Claire's going to mention also. But yeah, I want to become a critical care paramedic in the ambulance service, which sounds very exciting as well. As you can tell by the smile on my face, these things are really something that makes me very excited, and I look forward to these every day. As soon as I wake up in the morning, these are the things that I look forward to doing in my life, and the last thing that I look forward to when I close my eyes at night as well. So these are the things I'm constantly working upon. I'm constantly working for these things I'm mentioning now, and these things don't come overnight. You need to put the work in. I know that. They are very optimistic goals. I also know that as well. But yeah, these are the things I'm working towards as we speak right now. But the last thing that I would like to achieve in my life would be to become a university lecturer, maybe at the University of Worcester, I don't know yet, but I want to become a university lecturer, teaching paramedic science. So after I've experienced life as a critical care paramedic and a clinical team mentor, a student paramedic, and also when I've graduated as just a paramedic as well, I want to become a university lecturer, teaching. I also want to be stationary while I'm doing it at university, so teaching and be stationary as well. I'm thinking it would be about 55, 60 while I'm doing this as well, so I want to still be stationary by then, because I think it's important to, set goals, not just for the next 10, 20, 30 years, but also in the vast future as well. I think I'll be the sort of person that doesn't retire till I'm about 95, strictly because I like to do things, I like to keep active. So I would love to be a university lecturer, teaching paramedic science and teach people what I've been through, and set the band high to become a paramedic. So yeah, and I also want to travel the world as well. I'm going to fit this in around the time I'm studying all these things, and obviously have a big family, a loving family, a big house that I want to own I want to own my own house. But all these things come into one to make me the happy person that I want to be. Own my own house, have a loving family, loving friends, and obviously an amazing career ahead of me. and that is my short-term and long-term goals for the future. And yeah.
So what are my short-term and long-term goals? So let's start with my short-term goals. My first short-term goal is to qualify next year, November, with a first. That is my that is my aim. Fingers crossed I can do that. My next short-term goal, some of you who know me might be shocked by this, but I want to be able to stand in front of a room of people and confidently do a talk. I would love, you know what, one of my dreams is to actually do a TEDx talk. If you don't know what TEDx is, go and look it up on YouTube. They are so motivating and inspiring, and I would love to just be that person and be in that room to inspire so many people and confidently do this, because it sounds balmy, but here doing vlogs one-to-one behind social media, I'm so confident. I've got no one to think about, no one to worry about really, just me. But when you can see the whites of people's eyes whilst you're talking to them in a room, just looking at you, and it terrifies me. It really terrifies me. But I do it, I get out there, I face my fears, and I do it, and I put myself forward to do talks at university and everything, because it is a goal of mine. I want to achieve that. So that's another thing that's on my list of things to do. Another goal, if I can inspire just one person to come into nursing, that is one extra future of nursing that we have just gained. And if I can do that, then my life's made, because this is why I started my channel, is because there's so much negativity around nursing. I wanted to create a positive, motivating atmosphere for nursing and to get more people into nursing, because I love it. Nursing is fantastic and we need more nurses. There's a massive shortage at the minute. We're really understaffed, and I'm really passionate about getting student nurses in and motivating those student nurses and helping and giving advice where I can. So when I qualify, I would love to go into one of two areas, either general practice, which is one of my first loves. I had a placement on general practice and it was fantastic. I've never learned so much in all of my life. So it's either general practice, or I currently work in sexual health and family planning. I've been there for 4.5 years now, and I still work there on my bank shifts. And that's the second area that I really love. I love the health promotion side of it. I love talking all things sexual health and family planning, contraception, all of that. I absolutely love it. I love absorbing all of the information as a HCA. So when I'm qualified, I'm going to be able to pass on that information, which is going to be amazing. And then alongside that, I want to do, that's half of my career that I want to do. And then the other side, I love students. I would love to be a health educator or something out there, teaching students, helping students, motivating students, getting students really excited about nursing and helping them build their knowledge, becoming their best self, and hopefully be a good leader and a role model to someone. Next, I'm adult field nursing. I would love to be dual qualified, so I would love to go into something else, but I don't know what, because I love it all, and this is so frustrating. But this is the beauty of nursing. Like, you think you're going to go in and do something, but it opens a whole world of nursing to you, and your mind's going to be exploding, because you're not going to know what you want to do, because there's so much that you can do in nursing, and that is the beauty about this job. My longer term goals is I would love to do my prescribing course. I have to be a nurse prescriber. I think they're so important, and it would make a big difference. I think it would be a massive help and take a load of weight off the doctors as well. I think it would just be amazing and a massive help, and then it would follow on to advanced nurse practitioner. So I want to be a nurse practitioner as well, because my ambitions have gone massively high since starting this degree. And now I'm just thinking, actually, what can I do? What else can I do with my life? I can do this, I can do this, I can advance, and can... Mind is blown. And then they're my career goals, my personal life goals. I want to own my own house. I've never had a place to call my home that's mine, and I want that. I need to have it in my life. I need that stability, because I've never had that throughout my life. I've always moved places, from place to place, city to city. Just life has... I don't even know how to explain that. Just life and family life, and it's taken me from place to place, and I feel like I just want a stable home and to be in that place for the rest of my life and be happy there. then my next goal is the first thing I want to buy is a camper van. Even if it's a tatty old one, I'm going to do it up, I'm going to make it my own, and I'm going to firstly travel around the UK, because there's so many beautiful places in the United Kingdom that we've not seen and we don't explore enough. We're too quick to get on a plane, go abroad to different countries for the scenery, for the beaches, but we've got beautiful beaches and now we've got sunshine. We can do this. So I want to explore the whole of the UK and then probably travel across to Europe and do some of Europe in between my career. I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in. It's just so much. My mind's blown. Like I said, my heart is full with so many things that I have to do. I can't wait. I really can't wait. So I'm going to leave it at that, because this video is going to be 20 hours long because I've got so many things that I want to do with my life. But they are the top main things that I want to do. And let us know what you want to do. What do you guys want to do? What are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? Let us know. And if we can help you in any way, please tell us.
Hello guys, welcome back to Running Guys. It's Jacob here, and today talking about my long-term and short-term goals. This is for the collaboration with Carmichael, not Carl Mitchell. Anyway, I'm going to be doing this for the collaboration. So what are my short-term goals? Now, it's really important to have your short-term goals and long-term goals. Your short-term kind of keeps you going. So some short-term goals might be learn how to play guitar, or joining St John Ambulance and maybe becoming a first aider with St John Ambulance. So that sort of stuff is good to have when you need short-term goals, when you need that kind of push. One of my short-term goals is obviously to pack for uni. Right now that's one of my short-term goals, to start packing for uni, maybe lose some more weight for uni and maybe get a bit stronger, because I'm not that strong. I'm not losing weight to look good in uni. I'm losing weight because I want to be healthier. So yeah, that's kind of like a short-term goal, to kind of lose a little bit more weight, maybe gain a bit more muscle. And yeah, I just know how demanding paramedic science can be and how much it could actually affect my fitness. So carrying a lot of equipment and stuff, I need to be able to actually carry stuff and hold my arm up. Like, my arm's hurting now holding a bloody phone. But yeah, that's one of my short-term goals, to gain that sort of healthiness. And yeah, one of my long-term goals is, well, a very long-term goal is joining the heart team of, as you guys know, it's the hazardous area response team. And they are amazing. They will literally go into spaces where normal paramedics can't go. So it might be someone in a difficult position and that sort of stuff. So when someone's in that sort of position, we get called out as a heart team. And yes, so another short-term, I'm kind of doing it in a way, short-term, then long-term. Another short-term goal is obviously learning how to play guitar and ukulele. This is Kyle's guitar. This is Kyle's one. It's quite big actually. But yeah, it's good to keep your mind kind of busy while you're having a gap year. So if you guys are planning on having a gap year, it's good to keep your mind busy and to learn new stuff, so you're used to learning and progressing and keeping that up in your mind. So I decided to start learning how to play guitar and ukulele. Ukulele is so much easier than guitar. I realised it the other day. And yeah, to learn that sort of stuff is really good, to keep that progress, to keep that stuff ticking in your mind, so you know how to learn stuff on your own, because you are on your own in uni. You will get help off your tutors, but not an amazing amount of help. I mean, it's not like they're going to baby you throughout. Like, it's not secondary school, it's uni. They're not going to baby you. They're going to, kind of give you your assignment and say, do it. So yeah, that's another short-term goal of mine. Learn how to play guitar, just to keep my mind up and running. A long-term goal of mine is obviously joining the ambulance service. So before I join the heart team, I need to join the ambulance service, because that's a good way to go into it. I am excited for that. I'm so excited to start going into that profession and learning more into that profession. A short-term goal of mine is going to uni now, because it was a long-term, but now it's a short-term, is going into uni, getting all my stuff unpacked and getting into my accommodation and settling in. I've finally got my student finance, so I should get my student finance through on the 3rd of September. So if you guys do know or don't know, student finance will email you and say what day you usually get your finance on. yeah, it's a kind of a short-term goal for me now. It was a long-term goal, but now it's a short-term one. I'm meeting that goal, and it's good when you meet your goals. It's kind of gives you that confidence boost. Like if you guys are thinking like, how can I keep up my confidence? How can I kind of keep up my progression? My phone just fell on the floor. Keep up my progression to my goal is just make short-term goals. So if you're, I don't know, moving to a house, maybe a short-term goal might be getting a telly sorted, getting a, you know, some finding out how you're going to decorate your house, just so it keeps you excited for it. So for uni, a short-term goal of mine is getting my books for uni, finding out what books I need, what books are the best books. If you guys want advice on that, the best thing to do is ask a second-year student. So they are brilliant to ask it on advice on books, because they can literally tell you what books are useless and you don't need to get, and what books are absolutely brilliant to get. And you know, it's good to get second-hand books, but sometimes with referencing, they like to have the most up-to-date stuff. My brother told me that, and it's quite good advice, really. Another long-term goal of mine is, you know, learning how to drive. I would say that is a long-term goal, because I know at uni I won't have enough money to do it, and I'll, you know, have to do it after uni. Yeah, so that's a long-term goal of mine. Getting my C1 provisional. You need a C1 provisional to join the ambulance service. It's basically to drive trucks. You need your C1 provisional to join the ambulance service and to start driving the ambulances. So that's a long-term goal of mine, to learn how to drive, then eventually move on, get my provisional. Apparently it's quite a lot of money, so obviously I need to start saving up for that. It's good to set these goals. You know, when you're in school and like, sometimes they'll give you a sheet of paper of your long-term and short-term goals. I never really got that until quite recently, when throughout this year I have been kind of planning for uni, and I did kind of set my own goals, like setting up short-term goals, like starting my student finance, getting my student finance sorted, getting my UCAS stuff sorted, and those kind of goals kind of make the year go faster. So if you are on a gap year and you think, oh, I can't wait for uni now, just kind of set those goals and kind of say, okay, I'm going to apply for uni in March, get my interviews for for like December and stuff, and that's really good. Then you start preparing for your interview and stuff. If you guys want to know how to prepare for an interview, there's a couple of videos on our channel on how to prepare for interviews, so go over and check that out. But obviously it is different for nursing. You will have different goals for when you're in nursing, so that's why Claire is great to talk about on those sorts of stuff, because obviously she's in the middle of that. She is great. She is that second year student you can ask. She's that second year student you can ask, what are the horrible books and what are the great books to get? Because I asked a student for paramedic science what books are great and what books aren't, and it really has helped me out. My final long-term goal is to eventually get my own house. So obviously once I've started the ambulance service, once I'm in there for a few years, maybe getting my own house, starting to get my own life sorted, and you know, settling down a bit. That's a long-term goal for me. So those have been my long-term and short-term goals. Learning how to drive, joining the heart team, becoming a paramedic, and short-term goals are so important to like. My next short-term goal is going to be buying all my stuff for uni. All I've got is a cheese grater at the moment, so that's kind of funny. I know someone who didn't have a cheese grater, so I actually felt quite happy that I was more prepared than the most prepared person that I knew. So, yeah, quite happy about that. But anyway, those have been my short-term and long-term goals, guys, and I hope you guys did enjoy this. Bye.